Hey guys, you're watching one and only. My name is AJ. Welcome back to the episode of Let's Build a City. A few episodes ago now, we built this cool little tiki hut bar. The stools on the side, we've got on-tap alcohol and juice, you can see some in the middle. They even do you a quick meal, like a toasty or a burger or something. Music playing in the jukebox, it's all good. Everyone's having a good time. You've got boats out at sea here, got a couple you can see. We've got a lifeguard helicopter you can have a look at. Lifeguards watching, but there's no entertainment. There's nothing to do or watch. Apart from, you know, you could probably see the fun fair from here or something like that, but there's nothing really cool going on. And we've got this big open empty space here, and someone suggested, a few people actually have suggested, a beach volleyball court, and I think that would be a really cool idea. It's simple to do, doesn't really require too much room, and I think this is the perfect spot for it. The beach goes a little bit thinner there, so you can't get it in there, and it's I like that part being empty because then it builds up to the nice colourful busy pier going on, so that's nice there. But yeah, you could sit at the bar and watch some volleyball. I think it sounds pretty cool. Now, I've never actually like played volleyball or probably even seen volleyball, to be fair, so I don't know the court. So I've googled the court, and the court's really simple. It's a big rectangle, it's got 3 lines down it with a net. It's a lot simpler than a tennis court, but do we want to put in a separate coloured block in the sand just to make it stand out a little bit? I mean, we could. Sure, we could just go straight into the lines, like if we had the middle of the court, I don't know, about here. We could put it straight into the sand. It works quite well because the sand is a similar texture, hiccups, to wool. That could be the middle one, and go from there. Or do we try to maybe make it smooth sandstone or something like that, just so it, or a light clay, like a white clay? Something like that. I don't know. Let's get the lines in. Let's get like the size of the court sort of worked out. How far do we want it? How close do we want it to the beach? I think that's about the number. Ooh, I think either that one or that one is about where I want it. I think I'm going to go there. And I don't think I want it going any closer than that. So if we said, what number is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 blocks sounds perfect. It sounds very lucky to me. And then we'll get some walls that go up here. And they have a very high net. I know that much about it. And I think if we use cobwebs, I think that would make a nice net sort of texture. I think that's about the right height as well. And it's quite a deep net as well. It's like a 2-block tall net they have, but there is like a gap underneath for some reason. I don't know why they wouldn't have the net go all the way down in the sport. I'm not quite sure, but that works out nicely there. And then you have like an umpire or like a referee on the top here. I say like in tennis, like I know a lot about tennis. I don't know anything about tennis either. My nan watches tennis, and that's really as much as my as much as my knowledge goes. So if we have it up here, and then I don't know, we get like a chair or a couch. I think a couch block might be better on the top. Maybe we go with black on the top there. And then you have to get up into it somehow. Ladder. Does that allow me to actually get up in there as well? It does. Yeah. Yes. I'll put it on this side instead of on that side, so it doesn't inhibit the view if you're watching from the tiki hut. And then they have, I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think they have a line 1/3 in, it looks like to my eyes, 1/3 in to the size of the left side, and 1/3 into the size of the right side. So if we said the line went here, that would mean that the end of the court, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, +1, like maybe either there or there would be the end of the core. You know, actually, just using my eyes, it doesn't seem that far off. I think I'm going to shift that back by 1. And then I might shift this one back by 1. And I think that's going to be the scale that we're going to work to. Okay. Let me wand. And we should just do this the quick way. Ooh. I'm going to do that one first, actually. Set wool. It's just white wool, so I think that would work. Perfect. Perfect. To that one. That one. To that one. That one. It's not in line. That one. To that one. Beautiful. I think that's about... It's probably a little bit too short. All that line's in the wrong place. Let's move that line across. Let's... oops. Let's move this line across. I think I would have been right the first time. Always trust your gut. I put it originally there to begin with. And it looks like I was right. Yeah, that looks a lot better. So it's 4 blocks. 4 blocks. And then the wool. Like that. And I never actually counted out how many it is after. Yeah, it should be 8. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think that's right. We'll go with that because the line's thicker than it should be anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Was it 9 to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Man, I'm terrible at count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Terrible trying to count out Minecraft blocks, man. I'm the worst for it. Okay, so there's the court. It's a really simple court. Now they do have, like, on the picture that I'm looking at, they have like little dotted lines that sort of go down here. I suppose we could... Oops. We could do like this. It at least adds a little bit more to the area. But that's only if I can do it on both sides. Looks like I'll be able to just... Now, I don't know what these lines are for. Maybe these lines are for, like, double matches or some special rule set, or I don't know. But the main reason why we're doing it here is just to fill up a little bit more space. Just makes it look a little bit more interesting when you're looking down on it. I could probably even get some little benches in here. Or do we? No, I think we leave it like that. You just stand around the side and beach volleyball. So, we could leave it like this. I think it looks nice. It fills up that nice big blank area. And blends in quite well. But do we just change up the middle portion? Let's just see what it would look like if we set it to sandstone. Which is the same colour as sand, but it just will be a bit smoother. Replace sand with sandstone. So it's a very subtle difference. Does it sound different? I don't think it does. I think it sounds the same as sand. I don't think it's a big enough difference. In fact, I think I prefer the look of sand better. I think the repeating pattern of sandstone next to each other like that doesn't really work for me. But what else have we got? I was thinking birch for a minute. Endstone? Let's have a look. It's at 121, I think. Surprisingly, that sort of works. It looks a little bit lighter on the map as well. And to me, this looks like little footprints. Like footprints in the sand. Like where you're jumping down and stuff. I'm actually liking that the best at the moment. And I don't think there's really any more. Sponge is a bit too yellow. but again, it has that sort of footprint feel. Hay is too yellow, and we've got a lot of hay on the tiki hut. And I don't think the white, I think it's the clay is going to look out of place. I think for once I have found a use for endstone. A beach volleyball surface. Okay, we're going to go with that. The next job that I want to do today is actually off camera. But I've put it off for long enough, and I'm sick and tired of looking at my world every time I'm going, I need to do this. And it's very simple, but it's going to take forever. I want to stripe the grass at the cathedral. Wow, I know, so intelligent, so interesting. I'm incredible mind for Minecraft. My creativity is crazy, but but when I look at it and it's just the plain grass green, it's one of the biggest areas of plain green that's left in the world. That isn't covered by trees or anything like that, and it's super simple to do. But it just takes a long time. 159.5. So I'm going to get a nice strip that goes down here. Hey, chef. And it's going to be replace grass with 159.5. And all you do is you do every other block. You guys, if you've watched any episode of mine before, I'm sure you would have seen this. But you just go every other block, and it just looks like the lawn has been cared for. It just tidies the whole area up. It works on any sized garden. I do it a lot on like houses, mostly. It just makes a front garden and back garden just have a little bit more detail to it. But already, at least for me, already it looks so much better underneath these chairs and the tables where this wedding's going on. It looks so much better. Is that literally Steve in a white? Oh, it's like an Assassin's Creed outfit. Yeah, I remember doing that. We couldn't find a good wedding skin, and I couldn't be bothered to go and find one to download, so we just done like an Assassin's Creed sort of desert costumey sort of thing. But it works. So this is the probably the biggest area to do like block-wise, but it's also the easiest area to do. As soon as you sort of get past this area, you go into this sort of thinner parts. So I'm going to cut away now, and when I come back it should be done, and hopefully you guys will notice a big difference. In fact, if I go up in the air, you'll see all the areas I need to do. I even want to do around the tombstones, around the headstones as well, and out the back here, down the side. So it's a big area. I'm going to do that, and I'll be back. Oh, what a pain. It has taken forever, but I'm actually really glad I've done it. So, couple of things, couple of pointers about this is, if you're going to do it, make sure you keep the stripes always going in the same direction around a build. Don't switch between them, it just looks really weird. And I decided that around the flowers, I haven't actually put the clay, as you can see. So wherever there's flowers, at first I tried just doing it all and then put the flowers in on the grass afterwards. I just didn't like how it looked, so I went back. I reverted back to the one that had all the flowers around the stones, and instead I just haven't put the clay underneath the flowers. And to me, that looks better. Yeah, I really like that. Also, oops. Also, these gravestones, I think that's the last bit, in fact. I think everywhere else is done. But check out these gravestones before we just back off here. If you get a normal one, when you place it down, you can actually type what you want in here. And it comes up. I could have you guys on gravestones around. It's a bit morbid, I know. But I could have you guys sort of on gravestones here. And have Z1 and only gaming. Probably like that. Here's my gravestone. Does it show up on both sides? No, it shows up on one side. But yeah, like, if you think that could be like a cool idea, like for like the I don't know, most dedicated subscribers or whatever, if you feel like you know you're really dedicated, then why not? It could be pretty cool. Do these ones do the same thing? These ones do it as well. So the square ones, that ones, the broken ones don't, but the other two do. Let me know how we could do this, how we could structure this idea, because there's a lot of tombstones around here, and we can always make more by getting rid of more and more of the broken ones. So yeah, if you have an idea, then let me know, because I think we could make good use of that. Also, when I was doing this back part, these little crypts, these are so cool. Look, I totally forgot we had that. That's just so smart. I could do that all day. Okay, so going up in the air, even with the shaders off, look, it looks so much better. And even when, you know, when we back out the tombstones, you can see, look, they go out of render distance. And the same with the chairs. So when you're up here, it still looks like it's completed. It's really nice. It's really a huge improvement. I really like that. While we're on this, doing things that I don't really want to do, but I need to do them kind of thing. That back garden actually needs a tree in it. It just needs a little oak tree. That's all it needs. Oops. Bone meal. Just a little oak tree right here. There you go. That's all it needed. Just when I was flying over, I saw that. Should really stripe that lawn as well, but I've done enough. I've done enough striping today. At the backside of the airport is like the cliff edge to the ocean, but it's the last, basically, at least last large area that needs to be treeified. And I've been putting it off again, well, basically since we built the airport, because I knew we weren't going to build anything behind here. At one point we were thinking about building a military base on that side, but I've decided against it in the end. But yeah, this area needs to be treed up. Now, I don't mind if we just tree up this top area, at least to begin with. And again, we just need to go over with spruce and birch to begin with anyway. And then once they're grown, we then go around with the oak. So spruce I have the fewest of. And what I usually do is I do this sort of diagonal pattern, because it's really easy for me to fly with. And I usually do, when I'm doing a large area, like 3 layers at a time, so I don't go like all the way down the mountain and all the way up. I've done a lot of treeifying in this world, so I do feel that I have a pretty solid technique when it comes to doing it. Everyone has their sort of own ways of doing it. Oh, and man, did I laugh. Back on the episode where we done the lumber mill, just over the other side of the mountain there, relatively recently, there was a comment that came quite late that said, AJ, did you know that if you bone meal a sapling, it makes it grow faster? I thought, yeah, I do know. He's obviously someone that is a newest subscriber, which is great. Nice to see you. I am, how PewDiePie would say, a veteran of Minecraft. I've been playing Minecraft for a very, 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 very long time, on camera and off camera, more longer off camera. And I do know that if you bone meal a sapling, it grows. Thanks for letting me know, though. It's just that I placed way too many saplings for me to bother going around and bone mealing them all. On a smaller area, I certainly bone meal, you know, especially when we want to see what things look like. And usually when it comes down to like a very small amount of trees left, and I want to hurry up to start an episode, I will bone meal them. But apart from that, I just leave them to grow naturally. It just saves me a lot of time and frustration and clicks and wear on my mouse. So what I'm trying to do here with the birch saplings is I'm doing the same sort of diagonal 3 saplings wide, but I'm trying to do them as opposite as I can to the spruce. So where there's a big gap, you'll end up with the spruce trees, and then you'll end up with the birch trees. So you get basically a really nice 50-50 even spread between the birch and the spruce. And once they've all grown, you can then go around and you can put a load of oak in, and that really fills up the area, which gives you this fantastic 3-tiered colour wood that we get going on around here. See, this area, it really isn't a wide area. I mean, you can see how thick the road is there. The road, I think, is like 5 blocks, then 1 block in the middle, and then 5 blocks. So that's 11 blocks wide. And as you can see, between there and there, that isn't that wide. It's not that much room. But it looks like so much room when you fill it with trees like this. All of the colours and the layers and stuff make that feel like a big wooded area, when in reality, it's like the width of like, well, it's half the width of the runway, but it feels like a big wooded area. So yeah, these are starting to grow. Look, pew. You can change the game tick speed, can't you? Set game rule. I don't think I can do it in this version of Minecraft. Set. Do fire tick. What's do fire tick? Do fire tick true? Whatever that is, I think I'll now burn in fire. In fact, I might turn that off, because if I've got any fires going anywhere and it sets fire to something, I'm going to be a very upset person. Okay, that's good then. So we've got the numbers on the runway. I done the numbers, didn't I? I done the numbers on the episode that we yeah, 9 and 27. Yeah, that's right. I think someone said that they should be the other way round though. They should have 27 on that side and 9 on that side. But I don't think it is, because that's north and then east would be the lowest number to west being the highest number. So I think I'm right in this situation. I don't know a lot about planes, but I'm pretty sure that I'm right when it comes to this one. Oh, I know. There's an area I need you a little bit of help with. Where would be the closest place? Probably the town hall. You know where we were going to do the homeless camp? It's just under here. This is one of my favourite, like, mini parts of the city. I don't know why. Like, the trees with the benches below, with the path going through the middle. And then on top of that is the railway bridge with the buildings either side and then a bridge over the top. There's, like, so many layers going on here. It's just a really nice sort of screenshot part. But yeah, if we go under here, I need help with this part. Now, we've got, this is the last plot left in the world, the last area that hasn't got anything built on, and we've got sort of a path that goes up through the mill there to the fish and chip shop, I think it is, and then we've got a little path that sort of wraps around the back here to the back of the bus depot. Depot. I've been swinging about what I should put here, what buildings would work, like a DMV was the latest one, but I just don't think that the idea of a DMV is interesting enough for me to build something here. I want a building here. It can't be tall. It has to be one floor, or at least one floor with an interesting top. That's flat, so it fits underneath the bridge. It's not very big. It's got a pole in the middle here, as this has to hold up the railway. I don't mind removing that, though, if we need to. I've got one there and there, so it's not going to be that problematic. And, of course, we can remove the lamppost. But, yeah, I need something for that. That's not a DMV. DMV was the best idea that we had so far, but I don't really think it's a great idea. And then this area, and then I was going to do a homeless camp in that area, but I don't want to do the homeless area in a spot that we could use for something else. So instead, I think we're moving the homeless area to here. It still works. We've got a sort of underneath the slip road feel, so it's sort of dark, dingy, but dry, which is what you'd want. We could have some like fires going on under here, some beds. It's a bit low, a little bit claustrophobic. It's right near the bus depot. So we could have like the homeless people where they need to go sometimes, you know, out of the kindness of their own heart, that kind of thing. I don't know. I feel like if we're going to do a little small homeless camp, this is going to be the best spot for it. We could even have like a little entrance to it. Well, I say entrance like it's a grand. Welcome to my humble not abode, because I have no house, but yeah, you know what I mean. Like we have some like burning barrels and crates and stuff. We've got crates and barrels, so we could do something quite interesting going on there. Yeah, I don't know. And people keep saying, put a base to the crane. I did. Originally, it was just this at the bottom. But then we put down these legs, and you think, well, that wouldn't hold it up. But if you actually look into, I think I've done it on camera. If you look into the research on how these cranes are like put up here, they're actually built into the ground, like underground. The legs go all the way down, and then they're like rebar, metal, and concreted in, secure, bang, and then they put the crane up on that so it can't fall over. If it fell over, it would literally rip out like half the ground and like a huge amount of concrete underneath. Like, they can't topple down. That's why it has no base. It has a base, it's just underground. I think that's all I've got time for this episode. I know we didn't actually do a lot this episode, and it might even end up being a shorter episode on the minute count. But it took me ages to do this grass thing, and it's going to be busy comment section, so I want you guys to put in the comment section the stuff that we've talked about this episode. The gravestone idea, I need some really good ideas for the gravestone names that we can put in. I didn't know that you could do that. Maybe right at the beginning of the series we noticed that, but I don't know if I did or not. But yeah, I need names on there, but an idea on how to put the names in, or like how to choose the names. We need an idea for the homeless camp, little ideas for that, and a little idea for the plot. If you guys can help me out with that, I would be muchly appreciated. And if you haven't already, then feel free to subscribe. We're going to leave the episode there, though. See you in the next episode. Bye!